Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie for those who don't know me, reviewing Love Island season 12 episode 11. Before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell and leave a comment down below. Now, at the beginning of the season when Maya was like, we've got twists, and I was waiting for the twist. You know, the mini movie night was cool and all, but I needed more. This was good. This was good. I appreciated the challenge that they played at the end. That's the kind of mess that I'm looking for, okay? Before we get there, let's start at the beginning. We have the girls who are still upset with Yasmin's behavior in the game, as if their men weren't willing participants, but whatever. They also have some words for Dejon, but Dejon doesn't care.
Me, Yasmin was doing my head in there.
Shut up. How can you be into your partner when you're snogging mine? Dickhead. Dickhead. Prick.
This boy, he's like, just once again, I'm just confused.
You ain't confused about Yaz? She's a joke kisser. What, they coming here? Nah.
No, take her off.
Bro.
What?
They're right here saying, oh, prick, oh, this, oh, what. What is that gonna do? Really, what is that gonna do? At the end of the day, like I said yesterday, you're going to forgive him. Save the theatrics. They're wasted. They're honestly wasted. So then Dejon, Harry, whatever, they're cackling at Shay having to go talk to Yasmin. And he was like, yo, I don't appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're supposed to be my boys. Like, what's that about? And at first, they were kind of like not accepting responsibility. They're like, oh, no, you know, we weren't really laughing about you. We were whatever. And then Dejon was like, no, yeah, it was me. You know what I'm saying? And I've noticed something with Dejon. He only pulls his antics with people who he knows he can get one over on. Okay, so like at the end of the episode, for example, Harry went up to them, said something, and basically Dejon wasn't on his side the way that Harry thought he would be. And I felt like Dejon is able to do that with Harry because he kind of has Harry in his pocket. Whereas in this conversation with Shay was like, I'm not taking whatever game that y'all are doing right now. I'm actually trying to pull you up on your behavior. Let's not do that. And Dejon smile faded, shrunk a little bit, and I'm like, oh, okay. So you know who you can pull the theatrics with and who you can't. But anyways, in Shay's conversation with Yasmin, basically he was like, yeah, you made me feel like a mug. And the whole conversation, she's there like, yeah. Like, I'll give it to the girl. She stands on business. Whatever she says, she means. She doesn't hide behind anybody else. She doesn't like nothing. If she said it, she'll stand on it, and I have to respect it. The next day, they just decide to call things quits for good. And she's like, yeah, I'm okay with that. Like, she's the queen of being unbothered, and I have to stand. Yasmin continues to wreak havoc on the villa by telling the girls some of the things that Harry had said to her. And of course, Helena's not impressed.
He was like, I could undress you with my eyes. Yeah, like other things like along those lines as well. I was flirting with him back. Yeah. We could cause some trouble together.
Do what you want.
If she comes to chat to me, I'm going to chat to her.
Why though? She's boring.
She's laughing.
I don't know what to say anymore. It is just so muggy.
Helena always tries to act like she's okay with Harry's behavior when she's obviously not. Obviously not. It's not everything you have to accept. Like, are we good? If somebody's mistreating you, you have the right to say, I'm removing myself because this is not what I want for myself. But instead, she's going to stick around and continue to moan and complain and just, it's so irritating. Then, miraculously, she found a way to flip it on Yasmin instead of holding Harry accountable. And she's like, yeah, she's over there trying to stir the pot or whatever. How can she stir the pot if your man was not involved? Your man is the one who's giving her the ammo to even share with you. And on top of that too, aren't you the same person who near the end of the episode is hounding her down for the truth? Here she is willingly telling you the truth, and now you're putting it on her instead of your man. Nah, like, yet another example of these girls finding a way to blame the woman before they even look at their own man. And then in the night, guess who was kissing and cuddling her person? Helena. After all of that, you're then still making out and doing whatever y'all doing under them blankets, but I can't even, like, it doesn't make sense to me at all. And don't get me wrong, it is way too early to be closed off. Way too early. However, it is your right to say, I'm actually uncomfortable in this arrangement we have, so I'm going to step away. And mean it when you say it. Because if you're not actually going to do it, just shut up and stay there. Honestly, honestly, just shut up and stay there. And that's how I feel about Meg and Dejon too. So Dejon, he's good. He is good with words, I tell you. He's really good at focusing on semantics. Meg, not so much. And that's why whenever she tries to pull him up on stuff, he is able to like worm his way out of it because it is an issue of semantics.
I'm not attracted to Yasmin, but you're now calling her attractive after you told me she wasn't attractive.
I find Yasmin the most attractive out of my couple. I never said to you, the boys,
Yes, you did.
Yasmin is not attractive.
Yes, you did.
The question of the challenge was most attractive, let me finish, outside of your couple. Your question was best in bed. You could have picked me.
It's just a joke. It's just a game.
And you're annoyed at me.
Meg, realistically, you're never going to win this fight with Dejon. Never. We can all acknowledge that he's running game on her. We can all acknowledge that he's being duplicitous. But his through line has always been, we are open. So no matter what he does, he can still fall back on, we are open. So I can do whatever I want to do because I have said this, you have acknowledged and agreed. So why are you kicking off? You have no reason to. We've established this arrangement. You've agreed to it. I'm adhering to said arrangement. You know what I'm saying? So it's easier for Dejon to catch Meg in a lie because Meg over-exaggerates. And she hears whatever she wants to hear. And so when she says something, it is baseless because it's not technically true because she's overinflating details. Whereas Dejon has been consistent. Yeah, you're my Meg. Yeah, I'm only focusing on you. Yeah, whatever. I'm open though. And the fact that he says I'm open is enough for him to keep doing whatever he's been doing. The next morning, we have a few debrief conversations. Dejon says that he has no plans on fixing things with Meg. If she wants to talk to him, she can, but he doesn't want to talk to her. Even Meg, like first thing in the morning, she was like, oh yeah, he's not talking to me. Like such a manipulative tactic too, because you know that she's going to feel anxious and then she's going to run over to him and she's probably going to be the one apologizing. And now they're back in good and he didn't have to be accountable for anything. The pattern is beginning. Y'all better be paying attention. Oh, Dejon. Anyways, Shakira says that Ben is nice and he's attractive and he is good to her, but that mental stimulation is still lacking and unfortunately, she needs it. And I love that for her. The girl is 22, but she's running circles around a lot of these people in this villa. Good for you, girl. Helena is now exploring her options. She talks to Harrison. Really not much came out of that conversation except her saying that if they got to pick from the lineup and Harrison was there, she would have been torn between him and Harry, which to me is asinine. Asinine. Harrison himself was like, we don't look alike, so I'm shocked that you're even interested in the both of us, because she's not. Okay? She only wants Harry, and she's gonna stay a bird until she gets him, child. Then we have Harrison, who takes Yasmin to, not Harrison, sorry, Harry, who takes Yasmin to the Hideaway, and Miss I don't care, clearly cares a lot.
It's still
Fuck. Let the games begin. What can you see up here?
Get up here. I'm one of the only people that's like, I'm open to getting to know new people. Yeah, you're making me want to take some risk right now.
Afraid. Mm-hmm.
Like I could have done another 30 seconds, you know?
I'm just sort of waiting for you to shut the fuck up and kiss me.
They're coming out. Did you kiss her?
No, I didn't kiss her. We just chatted.
One thing about Yasmin, and I have to give her props, she backs up her confidence. I was questioning the girl. I was like, okay, you be thinking you hot shit or whatever, but like, let's dial it back. No, she is exactly who she believes she is, okay? One thing about Ben that was really annoying me was he came in very macho, very like, I'm that guy. And I'm sure on the outside, the man is beautiful. I'm sure on the outside, he does not struggle nearly as much as he has been inside. But he hasn't been able to back up his confidence the way that Yasmin has. Yasmin, to me, wouldn't have the reaction that she claims that she has on the outside, but clearly on the inside, she's that girl. I don't know. She's that girl. Whatever she has said she wanted, she got. So I can't fault the girl. The only issue that I have with Yasmin, after she kissed Harry, it kind of looked like she was uncomfortable. And I feel for me, she's definitely a producer client, like, let's be for real, right? But I feel like there's this script that she's following, and at times it does make her a little bit uncomfortable. It could be her natural disposition because she does tend to be very monotone, and so that could make it seem like someone is disinterested, even if they are. But yeah, sometimes I'm just like, baby, you don't have to do that. You don't have to kiss that man. You don't have to. You really don't. But yeah. Anyways, let's move on. So they come out of the hideaway. They don't want to look at people. People are obviously staring them down. And the question on everyone's mind is, did you guys kiss? These two are sticking to their lie. No, we didn't. No, we didn't. No, we didn't. Why is the whole villa pressed? I will say, I think this is the first time that I've seen two people actually agree not to share something and they don't share it. It didn't last very long, but typically, like, one person breaks and then it spreads like wildfire, you know? But they're like, no, we didn't. Villa pressed.
Genuinely, do you have a genuine connection with her? Probably looking over at her thinking, yeah, she's latexed up tonight. Like, you've got a genuine connection with her and you think that you've got more of a laugh with her than you do with me. Because I personally don't see it, but if you do, then fair play, go for it.
I guess my definition of I don't care and Helena's definition of I don't care are two very different definitions, because for me, you will not hear me talk about the thing again. If I don't care, I don't care. It is over and done with. If she don't care, she gonna talk about it any chance she gets about how much she doesn't care. My Lord. So later in the evening, then you have Harry and Yasmin finally admit that they did kiss, but Yasmin said it to Tony. And I feel like Tony is also an agent of chaos, so she's more likely to keep the secret than whoever Harry told. Harry said it to Dejon and I think it was Tommy. I'm like, if you tell anything to Tommy, he's gonna run back to his wife and blab. So now the whole villa knows, basically, because you just told Tony. But anyways, Tommy. Yeah, Tommy didn't expose the secret from what we know. It was actually exposed in the game. But Harry walks away from that conversation with the guys and he's like, oh, I actually thought that they would back me up a little bit more. I didn't think that they would kind of just look at me sideways, which is so interesting because Dejon has been with the shits this whole time when it comes to Harry, but he doesn't have the same energy. Anyways, that was just the point that I was trying to prove earlier before. Like, Dejon pulls certain antics with certain people because he knows he can get away with it. He knows he could get away with something similar with somebody like Harry. But with Shay was like, absolutely not. You're supposed to be my boys. You're not acting like my boy. This ain't right. And Dejon had to tuck himself in and say, you know what? You're right. You're right. You're right. I'm sorry. But anyways, for the record, Harry is 30. Helena's not too far behind. Helena, this is a man that you want to accept. You said you're looking for a husband. You're ready to settle down. You want a family. This is the type of behavior that you would put up with. Harry, you're 30. You're still desperately seeking the validation of your boys instead of just doing things because you are convicted to do them. Let's move on. They play a game. Honestly, I have a lot of notes. It was a lot. So because it was phrases, I don't think I was able to catch every single thing. So if I do miss something, my apologies. But basically, whatever the Islanders have said, they take a snippet of it, put it on a card, and you're supposed to guess who said it and who they said it to or who they said it about, okay? So we have Dejon, who said the orgasm comment. Meg was shocked. But by the way that Dejon was laughing, the man consistently will laugh at her. Not like at her in her face, but whenever she's like upset about something, the man will cackle. He doesn't respect you. He doesn't respect you. And hopefully this is a wake-up call for you. But is it? No. Because then Yasmin is like, oh yeah, no, I probably would fall in love, honestly, if I had an orgasm. And then Meg is like, well, I've had orgasms before, so whatever. That's not the point. Like, your energy is always misdirected. Then we have Shakira, who made her no mental stimulation comment. She is standing on it. He's feeling very insecure. He's like, well, you have no brain cells. Oh, he's like, you have no brain cells and you're boring. And she's like, okay. You're doing a lot right now. Then we have Harry, who said the whole, oh, you caught my eye and I probably would have recoupled with you thing. It pissed Helena off. because she feels like he repeats lines to other women, the same things that he said to her. He's like, this would have been a scandal. This is a scandal. This is a scandal, before it was exposed that he said it. And I'm just like, yo, this man is such a liar. Like, anything he says, like, he just lies. Every single time a line of his came up, he'd be like, oh, it wasn't me. Oh my gosh, whoever said this is crazy. Why did I? It's you. And finally, he does admit in this conversation that he does want to actively pursue Yasmin. Helena, pay attention, okay? The flip me upside down comment, I feel, was taken out of context. It came from Yasmin, but I feel like she was saying, in a hypothetical situation, I do want somebody who would flip me upside down, turn me all the way, you know, like do all those things to me. Like, I'm that kind of girl. She wasn't requesting Harry to do that to her. It was suggestive, but it wasn't a direct request. That's just my opinion. But anyways, they tried to rope Shay into it too. Like, oh, Shay, how do you feel? How do you feel? Shay was like, who cares? This is a man who genuinely doesn't care. Now, there's parts of him that care. Of course, he's hurt, but he's not going to keep harping about the same things over and over and over again the way that Helena does. The man said he's unbothered. Leave him alone, okay? Moving on. From that comment that Yasmin made about like flipping me over, turning me all around and stuff like that, Meg says, did that make you orgasm? Meg, I don't know what goes through your mind, but it is very common for a lot of women to not climax. So because you have had an orgasm before, it doesn't make you special. And to me, it was almost as if she was rubbing it in her face like, oh, does that get you going? Will that get you, like, you know, will that make you climax? Because I've climaxed before. She didn't say that, but that definitely was the energy it was giving. She really thinks she's special, eh? And sure, we might be all special in God's eyes if you believe in God, but girl, pipe down. Oh my gosh, she's so self-righteous. It's insane. It's so insane. Moving on. We have Ben's comment about respect and boundaries, which just proved to Shakira that this man is immature and he projects a lot. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure this will be the end of those two. Then we have Harry's comments about Helena being more flirty and Shakira having more substance. He claims that that was a statement that he said a long time ago and it's no longer relevant. But then in the confessional, we see him saying, no, but Shakira really does have substance though, like. And then Helena is now clocking, oh, okay. So once it was me on the receiving end, and now it's Yasmin on the receiving end of this stuff that he does. So it's the same-ish, different girl. And that is going to continue to be the cycle. This reminds me of Ronnie. Very much so Ronnie. Yeah, he's moving like Ronnie for sure. Girl, if you don't have a wake-up call, then nobody can help you. Then we have Tony, who reiterates that Dejon is definitely more chill than he is. He's more chill when he's on his own than he is when Meg is around. And so she and Yasmin are like, yeah, you came up to us. We didn't come to you. You clearly seek out these flirty types of conversations. You want to be this guy, but you cannot be free to do so whenever Meg is around. And he starts getting mouthy and it's like, no, but it's true. He's like, what does it mean? You're not special. You're no. I'm special enough for you to want to keep coming and talking to me about flirty stuff that clearly you can't have a conversation with your girl about. I'm special enough. The funny thing is, I actually believe Dejon when he says these women are not special. Because in his mind, it doesn't matter. If you got a coach and you're keen, he's down. Literally. That's all it takes. And then my point is further proven because later, the next comment was about him saying that Melisha was unreal and whatever, and Meg gets irritated about that. But it's like, this should prove to you that it doesn't matter who it is. As long as they got a coochie that works, the man doesn't care. He really doesn't see anybody as more special than the other. It's just that you are not important enough to him for him to want to close off all of his options to other people. Like, you are not special either. You're not. But let's move on. Then we have Harry's comment saying, should I kiss Yasmin? He's like, oh, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. But then it was exposed that he said it, and then he had a whole story about how he did say it last night and this is what he meant by it and whatever. Like, this man is proving to be a lie. I don't know if it was a game tactic or if he really was trying to deflect, maybe hoping that somebody else's name would be on the card. Like, I don't know. But he's proving that he's a pathological liar. He doesn't respect you. He doesn't care about boundaries. Like, and you're still going to, like, chase after this man? Be so for real. Literally be so for real. And then can you imagine? He does finally admit that they also kissed that day because the Islanders are pressing them. Did y'all kiss? Did y'all kiss? Did y'all kiss? He's like, yes, we did. We kissed twice. Yasmin was like, no, it was 3 times. And guess who the women make a comment to first? Yasmin. And they're like, oh yeah, so that's why she didn't want to chat today. Y'all will still find a way to fault the woman before you fault the man. Do you know that on the outside, those women will have no loyalty to you? So much so that they will actively try to infiltrate your relationship just to prove a point. And you're going to be more mad at them than the person who's supposed to be loyal to you? I can't. Then Helena storms off, girl, don't come back. Storm your way right out that villa door because you're annoying. So annoying. We'll see what happens in the next episode since they didn't even give us a teaser or anything. Whatever. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.